Are you a realtor who feels like, oh man, I just don't know what the heck I'm doing? Nobody's really helping me. I'm feeling so lost, especially if you're a solo agent. Well, I got some answers for you and some solutions if you're open to it. Hey, I'm Kathy Burns here with Real Estate Riches. And if you like this, please subscribe below and stay tuned. So, when I started in this business, which was back in 2006, for years, no one collaborated. Honest to God, you took your license and you were just passed out. They didn't have teams back then. I think for a new agent, probably one of the most important things is to get on a team. Now, just pick any team. You want to interview them, and if they're a good team, they're going to interview you because you want to find out. It's not just about the leads, because I'm going to talk to you about how you get leads and different things like that of how you get business. And really, it's a lot of it is relationship. So I was just on a podcast and I had a guest on, and she was started out when she was 18 years old. Her family was in the industry, and she started doing her business that way. And so she probably had family training her, but she still did part-time jobs while she was doing it. And some people need to do that just because it's a reality. However, we do have teams today, and we do have meta companies. Now, not all these meta companies are created equal. What is a meta company? That's a cloud-based platform versus a franchise. Here's what I've found in the years that I've been in real estate. The different offices that I was in were franchise related, and very, very few, uh, none practically, gave any guidance on how to do the business. You really did have to figure it out. And I was a solo agent for years until, well, first few years, and then I formed a partnership. And even the two of us together, we were still trying to figure it out because nobody shared anything. Now, my business partner, Patty, she actually had been paying for a coach, Brian Buffini, who talked about building relationships. And that is really your key, building relationships. Now, early on in 2008, I joined an international networking group called BNI. And that is industry exclusive, meaning there was only one realtor in there. Nowadays, they kind of split up and do a buyer and seller. I don't care for that. I want both sides because I did both sides. But anyway, that's not the point. What I did in that networking group, which met every single week, Wednesdays in the morning, early in the morning, was we had a relationship with other people who were the only ones in their field, like plumbers, electricians, your financial planners, your all your trades, your mortgage people, all of that. And so as you got to know them and trust them, you realized you had an army, you had a team of people that you were working with. And the way BNI was set up is givers gain. So your goal was how could you get them business versus how could they get you business? It's a different mindset, it's an important mindset. So through the years, shoot, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars with that relationship. Now, granted, 2008, that's quite some time. I would hope you would make that. However, do I make relationships outside of that? Yes. And that's my dogs running through the house. This is real life, right? Okay, I'm going to let it happen. Anyway, you've got to build relationships. Now, you may not have the money to afford to join a BNI networking organization like that. You know what? You can start your own with the same principles. And I would tell you to go into ChatGPT and say, hey, you're a professional networker. You know everything about networking and how to build relationships. I'm a realtor in the field. I need some help where I could build a referral partner agreement out there. How do I do this in my territory that'll be beneficial for everybody in the organization without us having any fees, yet having some commitment? What could we do? And I'm telling you, it's going to give you some ideas. Big fan of AI here. So that's just one little idea. Anyway, so what Susan did when she first got in, she was telling me she did new construction. I think it was in the beginning. Yeah, it was. And then she moved out west and somehow got involved with land. Land has become her love. And what's interesting that, and which led to commercial. And she mixed in land, commercial, residential, and she was selling some of the commercial. But the beauty of commercial, when you start networking and your group starts growing, is you might have opportunities in other states. And that's what I would encourage you to do. And when you start having referral partners that you can know and trust, I'm going to have a side note right here on this. I see a lot of these real estate groups on Facebook where they say, hey, give me all your social media and you can be a referral partner. Well, heck no. That's not the way to go. You just want to give a quality lead that you've got to somebody that may be brand new in the business, doesn't know a dang thing what they're doing, has no support system. No, I am never doing that. First, I'm going to research you. I'm going to call you. We're going to have a conversation. Even if you're new in the business, if I know that you've got backup support to make things happen, then I'm going to release my client to you. And because I do want referrals, I do outgoing referrals right now all over the world on purpose. Because I am with EXP, I have the opportunity to be able to find people all over the world. You can do that too. Your company may have that as well, where you can do it. We're one company, so it's really seamless. But more and more meta companies are coming out there. I would encourage you to check out EXP. That's my fave. And reach out to me if you want to do that. But the truth is, you got to do your own research on what you're going to do. I would encourage you to join that Facebook group that I'm creating because it's a different platform. If I saw somebody make a post like that, it's coming out and I'm going to let them know that's not how we do things in mine. Mine's all about collaboration. It's about talking about new tools that can be effective for you to build that referral-based business. It's about I just put in a whole hour and 10-minute video on to get started on AI, to create your own personality in there so that every one of the questions that you do, it already knows your style. You don't have to keep repeating it. You may not even know you need to do that. So I share that freely, no cost, because that's what I want. I want education from my peers. I want to educate them. We all win when this happens. And, it's biblical too. So one of the guys that he's with Real, he's down in Florida in Boca Raton. So he's not competition for me. Is he someone that I know and trust because I've watched him on social media and we've interacted? Would I send him business? I sure would because I know and trust him. I see the area that he's working. And he told me about a thing called Dubb, D-U-B-B. Actually, I saw it on one of his, it was either Instagram or Facebook. And he was talking about how he sends out videos to everybody. And I'm thinking, what platform did you use on that? Because I'm a techie girl. And he was referencing it as a text. And I thought, boy, I got my hand slapped from my phone carrier because I did over 100 texts using an app. I forget the name of the app because I don't use that anymore. Because it was against the telephone company's new formula that they had last year in July, and that you're a spammer if you're doing that. These were all my own people because I have an organization. At that time, it was around 200 people. So I'm sending out these texts. Now I'm sending them like pushing a little button. So it's going next person, next person, next person. It wasn't even a mass text because they were all individual texts to my people. So I'm thinking this is a great thing to do. I can keep my people updated. Here's a new meeting we're going to come to because maybe they won't see it on an email and the text will alert them on their phone. Well, I got that shut down so bad. And the only way I found out was I have an iPhone. So the ones that were going to the Androids were not being received because they were an SMS text. And had my hand slapped on that. I could send it to another iPhone. Well, the problem was I had clients that had Androids. And I'm texting them. I'm thinking they're getting it. And it didn't say was not delivered. I just assumed it was. So didn't like that. So when I saw his post, I reached out to him and I said, hey, buddy, tell me what you're using here that you're able to do this. And he goes, oh, Kath, this has changed my business. That's the kind of stuff that I want in that Facebook group. Changed his business, and maybe not everybody likes it, but if that's a way for you to reach out to a lot of your clients and stuff, and for him it was his clients. He was doing all the trades the same way, and he goes, it was fast and easy because it was on an app as well as being online. And so he told me about it, but how he told me is he sent me a video to show me exactly how it worked. I'm like, oh my gosh. I took that video, put it in the Facebook group, and I said, hey, do you have an affiliate link for that? And he said, yeah. I said, I'm going to share your affiliate link because I want you to get credit for what you just gave to our group. And everybody's going to know that's an affiliate link. And I said, honor him. If you're going to use this, honor him. You're going to get the first 7 days free, but honor this guy. His name's Glenn. I love him. So the whole world is changing about how you can get help. Now, What do you have to do? Hopefully you're watching this video to even know it. Here's some ideas of different things that you can do. There's lots of opportunity to learn. When you're on a team, if the team isn't serving you after a certain point because you moved, but you're with a rev share company, they're still going to benefit and not lose if you leave the team. That's the difference between a franchise and a non-franchise, or even a boutique owned real estate agency versus a rev share company. That is really the new platform, and I'm encouraging you to pay attention. You can check them all out. As I said, come to me about EXP if you want to. I'm a lifer with EXP. That's a fact. It was the leader, it was the founder of all of it. It's what's changed the industry. And over 200 companies as of this date, February 2025, there's been 200 companies trying to copy the model in one form or another. We're the leaders. We're way out ahead. So come check us out. Call me. Anyway, so there is hope for you if you're struggling. And I hope if you are someone who knows agents that are struggling, that you put them on this channel. I've got all kinds of things where I teach agents different things that they can do. And I would check out this dub. I would definitely come to my Facebook link. The Facebook one is going to be in the description below. And if you're interested in learning AI, I'm going to have a link to that video as well so that you can get started on that. Because if you're not, we're just going to bury you on the ones that are doing it. That's not what you want. You want to be ahead of the game, man. So if you like this, please subscribe below. Ask questions, say you need help, whatever. The comments really help my algorithm, so I would love that. Be kind though, okay? And I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks again.